Hello, work life warriors. I hope you're doing well. Today, I want to come and do my book report. This is for The Big Leap. This is my second time reading it. I loved it the last time I read it, which was last year. I loved it so much that I decided that I would read it every year. So I am about like 50 pages through, and there's something that I noticed about books. There are books where it may be 100 pages or 200 pages or 250 pages, but when you read through it, you feel like you're having a conversation. It doesn't feel like you're reading. It's like the person is talking to you directly. The second type is when you're reading and you have to like stop and maybe grab a dictionary here and there and try to understand, or maybe have to read it again a couple of times. But overall, it's a fairly easy, not easy, but it's a read through that requires some effort. And then the third one, which feels like you are reading a foreign language and it takes you forever to read through one page. You have to keep rereading and rereading and defining words and then going back and rereading, and it just takes months to get through the book. I find that with this book, it is the first one. And so it is an easy to read book, and it has so many great topics in it that I thought just told the story so remarkably well. And I just want to talk about one or two of them. And again, I look forward each year to reading this book because it's such a good read and it's well written and it's an easy read. And so it talks about having a zone of excellence and a zone of genius. And the zone of excellence is where most people reside. And you can make a lot of money in your zone of excellence, but it's not really what people say makes them feel fulfilled or happy. It's not like they're pursuing their purpose, which again is more like your zone of genius. So it talks about in life how a lot of us just settle in our zone of excellence because there we're efficient. We make a lot of money, we're useful, life is, comfortable, it's known, it's safe, and how we feel maybe a little unfulfilled and we long to walk into our zone of genius. And so this quote in the book I really, really love, and it goes like this. It's on page 16. Many of our fears are based on the workings of the ego, the part of us that's focused on getting recognition and protecting us from social ostracism. In the zone of genius, your ego is unnecessary. Living there is its own reward. In your zone of genius, you cease to care about recognition or ostracism. Once you make a commitment to inhabiting your full potential, your ego is suddenly faced with extinction. It began it's been making excuses for you throughout your life. Now if you commit to taking the big leap, is sincere, your ego will now need to be shown to the door. Unless you're lucky, your ego will probably not go quietly. It has a lifetime of employment history behind it. Absolutely. This is what we are faced with when we have that secret yearning in us and we want to change our lives and we're faced with resistance. And say, like, for me, mine is I have no problem getting up at 5, but I have a problem with getting up at 4 and staying up. And I would like to start getting up at 4 a.m. to complete my, morning time routines. And so I have a hard time doing it. And even though I know that that is the one thing that can fix everything in my life is just to get up at 4 a.m. And I want to do it, I have a hard time doing it. and that is my ego trying to fight me. I've come a long way in organizing my life and figuring out things and understanding what I like, who I am, my strengths, my weaknesses. And when it's time to level up, I'm always faced with my ego saying, "Okay, no, this works," and I always have to remind myself, my ego fought. Now it's saying this is comfortable, but it fought for this when I was trying to, change my life or get walk towards my zone of genius. And so your ego is a sabotager, and it always, sabotages you. And so, or not really sabotages you because it wants to protect you, but it sabotages anything new that, threatens its comfortability, its survival. It goes on attack and defense. And so, yeah, I just absolutely love that quote, because that is the resistance that many of us face when we say that we want to do something new, when we say we want to diet or exercise or go out or meet new friends or meet new people or meet new spouses or try something new. We're always faced with resistance. The same old habits pull us back to the old familiar, what we know, what we're used to doing. And it's understandable, safe and familiar. We all know the same, the little saying, the devil you know is better than the devil that you don't. But you never consider that you may not meet the devil. You may meet something else. You may meet a human. You may meet an angel. So depending on what your beliefs is, you may meet anything. And so thinking like that is the assumption, is a pessimistic assumption that every person out there is out there to do you harm, or they're evil, or that's the only option that you have, is to stay within your comfort zone, even though it may not be serving you. We all stay in certain situations a little too long, even when it's not serving us, because we are afraid of what's on the other side. But we forget to consider that maybe good things are on the other side, that just what we want and need are on the other side. We're just a little afraid that we may, miss out on the old and never find what's on the other side. But that's what the big leap is all about, because it's saying that, we only have one life, and you never, know when it's time to go. And so you want to make the big leap into your zone of excellence into your zone of genius from your zone of excellence, because you secretly yearn for it. You want it. It's the fulfillment in life. It's what makes life worth living, unique. It gives it its fulfillment, its meaning, its purpose. And so why settle for the mediocre zone of excellence, which is good, because there are two other zones. I think it's like zone of competency and zone of incompetency, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah. And so if there are, I think I said it right. And so if there are other ones, getting to zone of excellence is great, because again, many people can settle within the zone of competency and be just fine in life. And that is, just picking one of those jobs that, don't fulfill you. If the zone of excellence is that the job that you're in makes you comfortable but doesn't expand you, stretch you, grow you, push you towards your purpose, means fulfill that deep desire that you have in you to be more, to do more, to grow more. If it doesn't do that, then it's the zone of excellence. And the zone of excellence is good because you may enjoy the work. You may be good at the work. You're comfortable at the work. You may not hate it. As a matter of fact, hating it is just, to me, reduces it down to the zone of competency. You can do it, but you don't even really enjoy it. And I would say the zone of incompetency is when you're not even good at the job that you're in. And so it is, great to get to a level of the zone of excellence. That is wonderful. It's highly recommendable because most people don't reside even there. They reside in the zone of competency. And so that's an accomplishment. So to move on to the zone of excellence is, again, most of the time outside of our scopes, and it requires a lot of effort, a lot of long-term planning, what people may consider sacrifice, but ultimately it is you fulfilling your meaning and your calling and your purpose on this planet. And you don't want to miss the opportunity because you never know um, when's the last time that you can pursue it, because at any moment things change. That's the one thing in life that is guaranteed, is change. And so we should make the big leap in our life to go, to the highest level possible. Like Sierra said, level up, level up, level up, level. Go to the highest level possible so that you can become a master of your own life, so that you can figure out, who you are, and, the things that make you tick, the things that make you who you are, and use them to serve the world and add some much needed value into the world. We're all born a part of the human puzzle, which means that we're the part that's missing. The world needs us to bring our full self to the world. And so it's time for us all, I challenge us all, to get out there and take the big leap and level up in your life and see where it takes you. And again, this is a really, 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 really good book. I recommend anyone to read it. Have you read it? If so, tell me about it. Did you like it? What was your biggest takeaway? Did you grow from it? Are you deciding to level up, in which ways? So I hope this helps, work life warriors. Enjoy your day.